Hi friends, it's Vicky. Wanted to come by the house and try to do a video for you and explain a little bit about why our progress has stopped again. So, the original project manager either quit or was fired. So that person is no longer with this company, and the vice president of the company took over the project, and everything started moving very quickly ever since he stepped in. So I'm very grateful that that has happened. But for about the past week, we've been on another pause because that person is finally working with our insurance company, submitting all of these additional costs and everything that are coming up. So basically, when you have a project like this, they do an initial cost breakdown of what they think it's going to cost to replace everything, and then as they're going, they continue updating that as needed. And so it's totally normal and common to continue submitting new things for approval to the insurance company, basically until the project is done. And the last person that we had was not doing that at all for like a year and a half. Like, they did the first initial cost assessment, and then from that point on, nothing. It just was a standstill entirely. So now that they're finally doing it again, the insurance company is like, hey, it's been 2 years. You were supposed to submit all of this stuff a long time ago. And not that they're not going to approve it, but my insurance person is going to come out and personally meet with the construction manager, and also meet with myself and my husband. And he is supposed to be here tomorrow. So after he comes tomorrow, he's going to approve a bunch of things in person, he said, and then, they'll go over other stuff as needed to get this project moving along as quickly as possible. So that's the best I can explain it, really. I don't know all that much about this stuff, but that's basically why things have kind of come to a standstill for about the past week and a half. I'm going to pause real quick because I want to see if I can get inside to show you guys. I just don't remember if I know the code. Hang on one second. Okay, well, I don't know the code. I thought I knew what the code is. I'm not going to say it out loud on my video, obviously, but it is not opening. And I asked the builder recently, what is the code? Because I had the same problem last time I came over and couldn't get in. And he told me it's either this or this. And I tried both of those numbers and it's not opening. So I apologize. I can't show you the inside. But that being said, it's basically still just the framing. They haven't put up drywall yet. All of the electrical is done. All of the plumbing is done. The HVAC system is in. So basically, we're at the point where they're ready to start doing the drywall, the floors, putting in the kitchen cabinets, painting, flooring. That's the stage that we're at. All of that stuff should be happening next. And I'm told it can happen relatively quickly. All right, well, sorry I can't show you the progress inside the house. But again, it's not really the exciting part anyway. So I will show you that here hopefully in the next few weeks, because they're still telling us that we are hopefully going to be moving back into our home by the end of June. And the builders have started paying the mortgage, or not mortgage, but the rental, because the insurance ran out. And I think that's good because now they have a little bit more impetus to get us back in our house, because they're the ones paying for the monthly rental. So, with all that being done with, I want to show you my garden. It's about 10 a.m. on an overcast day. There's the sun over there to the east. So this is looking into my little, what I call my shade garden. And again, you guys, I'm sorry I have not pulled up all of this ivy yet. I need to get in here and weed, obviously. Let's just say that life's crazy, and once I'm back in my home, I will dive into my garden. But I have been doing some things. Like, I moved these around. They were more spread out through this, and I decided I wanted to clump them into a little group of 3. I have one more down there, I think. Anyway, this is some hellebores that I moved from over here, and I'll show you why I did that here in a second. But, you know, some hostas. I moved some of these around. So like this one, I think it's called Praying Hands, that weird shaped one. It was down there, and I didn't really like it in that spot, and I just decided to put it over here. I'm trying to get like different size leaves, different shape leaves, different colors, and just kind of mix them all up together, and I think that'll look pretty. Anyway, these hellebores kind of looking terrible since they were transplanted. But again, I don't have running water here, so I'm waiting for the rain to help me out. This hosta right here, I really like this one. It was further up that way, and it was getting too big. Like these two plants were running into each other. And then this lemon lace elderberry shrub was also kind of covering it. So again, I just moved it forward. Some of this stuff has just been moved forward. I put these hostas right here. These are where those hellebores used to be. And the reason I moved them down there is because I put another lemon lace elderberry over here that's eventually going to get kind of big. And then I have this plant right here, which is, I think it's a native. I want to say rocket, something yellow rocket or something like that. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, I just think that these plants are going to need space. I might even end up moving that one down more. We'll see. But definitely that lemon lace elderberry. So I moved the hellebores down. Not that they get huge, but I want them to be in a more visible spot, and also a place when they start reseeding that I can add more of their little babies along the front and kind of fill in these areas, probably with those hellebores. So we'll see. Back here, I have my Annabelle hydrangeas. This is probably my favorite thing that I've done in my garden recently. I put these in last year. They were just 3 small little pots. And I actually only put them here temporarily because the hydrangea garden is going to be in the fenced-in area of my backyard. And I want them to go back there so that the deer don't eat them. Well, I placed these up here temporarily because that area isn't ready yet. And they've done so well here. And the deer aren't eating them. And they're beautiful. So I think I'm going to actually end up leaving those there. I've got plenty more hydrangeas to put in my hydrangea garden. At the other house, they're still in pots and stuff. So I think I'm leaving those there. I really like them. And they'll get bigger and they'll continue to spread a little bit along this back area. This right here is a Aurelia Sun King. It is a perennial that dies back to the ground every year, and then it grows into this big bushy beautifulness. It loves shade. I think they can go in part sun as well. I might divide this maybe this fall, and because it's just getting really big for the space, and you know, then I can add one somewhere else in my yard. All of this over here is just weeds. Eventually I do plan to kind of redo my little mailman's walkway, because that's what this is. It goes from my neighbor's, comes down here, and I had a path running through here, which I may or may not leave. I haven't decided. But I want this little mailman's walkway to come down here and basically stop. I think our new sidewalk is going to come straight down this way and then like straight across this way. So we'll see. And I'm just guessing that that might be what this is doing here. It might not. It might be some neighbor is doing something, but I do know that they're planning on getting the yard leveled out and working on this sidewalk area here soon. Okay, so continuing on, this part of my garden is in the east side. You can see that my neighbor's house is there blocking a lot of the sun. We have a lot of trees here. So this area, I would say, is definitely part shade. It gets like maybe dappled light here and there throughout the day. This tree has been dying, so a lot of branches have broken and we're getting more light through this way now. But at best, this is a part sun, part shade area. Still, I planted things down here that may be able to handle that. These cosmos have just reseeded themselves. They really do like full sun. I wish they were down that way further, but because they've reseeded themselves, they keep coming back every year, and so I just kind of let them. I don't necessarily see a lot of the things that I planted in here coming up yet, but I planted some vegetables that can grow in the shade, like Swiss chard, kale, just some of the things that you can grow in a shade to part shade area. And I'm trying to use the space while I can, I guess. Anyway, right here along the front, I have some strawberries. I planted a row of strawberries all along the entire front of this terrace. These are looking kind of bad. I'm probably going to have to take these to the other house, because what happens is they're getting dried out. They're not getting rain often enough, and so this is part of my little herb garden that I was trying to grow in here, and it's just getting too dry, unfortunately. If it was planted in the ground, it would do fine, but I'm not planting this in the ground. This is mince and stuff that will spread like crazy. We also have the milkweed, which is blooming very pretty. In fact, let me get closer here. Get up in the garden. I don't know the name of this little evergreen, but I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. It doesn't look very good. We shall see. And then this right here is the Rose of Sharon that gets the white flowers. Planning on moving that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to because they're so big now. I have another one down that way as well. This is a smoke bush. I love that foliage. It's very pretty. Okay. So here's my little walkway that used to be so pretty going through my garden. A lot of it has been buried by the builders. So nice of them. Some milkweed. Okay, this big clump right here, I probably already mentioned, is obedient plants. This right here, I believe, is my hydrangea that somehow didn't get transplanted. I think I have two of them. I've got one right here. Go this way. And then I have this one right here. So when I moved all the hydrangeas that used to be in this area, I think I didn't move these two because they were back far enough that I knew they weren't going to get messed with by the construction stuff. But I don't know. Let's see, I'll probably end up moving them out of here because I need this space for other stuff. I planted, there's one of my veggie type plants. You can see here some things with big leaves. So I can't tell you exactly what's what, but I know that I planted like zucchini, winter squashes, pumpkins. Like I planted all kinds of weird stuff in this yard because right now I'm just using this space. I want to get some vegetables grown and I can't be here to babysit them, but I figured if I put in some seeds and they came up, then it's better than nothing. I did plant a bunch of sweet potato slips, so I'm hoping to get a decent sweet potato harvest. I think I got like 18 of them. They were $1 a piece, and so these all should, you know, get vines and stuff and just make this whole area look very lush and full. Probably overgrown, but just for this year anyway, I'm using this space, like I said, in whatever way I can, because until I can get back in here and do what I want with my whole garden, I'm just trying to make the most of it. Here's one of my tomatoes. I only planted 2 this year. I didn't know if they were going to live since I'm not here to water them and take care of them, so I didn't want to go too crazy. But I've got 1 cherry and 1 beefsteak, and I don't know which is which. Planted some marigolds at the bottom of those. Those are an excellent companion plants. This is dill. This is some spiderwort, I think is what it's called. Various herbs here. This one's oregano. I think that's this marks the end of my strawberries. Okay, so I just put a tag here to mark this is where I stopped with my plantings, and then they continue on down. It looks like a lot of them didn't make it, but that's okay. Excuse me. Anyway, down here, I put some random flowers on the edge just to give it some prettiness. Over here, lots of overgrown, ugly areas that I've got to deal with. There's my Zephyr and Druin rose, looking pretty. And then some more milkweed for my monarchs. Pretty blue juniper, I think it is, back there. Blue moon or moon glow, something like that. I think it's moon glow. Okay, so that's the extent of this east side garden, and this is basically, aside from my terrace down front, this is the only thing that has survived. Oh, before I go down to the front, I want to tell you one more thing. This area back here, my driveway is underneath this dirt, and it slopes down this way toward the property. And so our property slopes that way. I don't know if you can see what I'm trying to do here. I'm sorry. It slopes that way, and it also slopes this way. So coming down this alley, apparently when it rains, water is running in and coming down, and it's hitting in this area that you can see is very wet, and it's getting in between the new foundation right here and where the old foundation walls meet up with that, and it's creating a little flooding area in the basement. So that was another reason they kind of paused this, because before we can go any further, we have to figure out what they're going to do about that. And they told me that either we might have to put in another terrace wall, possibly running this way, which is where I wanted my fence to go, so that's not great, or maybe along that area to kind of block the water and have it run off this way, I guess. I told them before the tree got pulled out and everything, there used to be a drain right here, and I think that's because that's, you know, the water would run down and it would hit that drain. And I don't know where the drain let out, but apparently when the tree was pulled out and everything was destroyed, that drain must have also just kind of been removed. So the builder said maybe we can do like a French drain, which is kind of like a, what do you call those? Rock river. I don't remember how to describe it. It's kind of like not a actual river, but it's like when it rains, it gives it a place to flood out and drain out to. I don't know. I'm so frustrated with my life, you guys. I have another video from my work that I just did that I'll also post today, so you can see what I've got going on over there, because it's not cool about my garden there. But try to stay positive on this one. So the terrace garden, here's the catmint, and this plant, you know, it's funny. Oh, that's oregano growing up and through my whatever this is. I looked this up again on another Plant ID, and I think it said it was hyssop, which I didn't think that's what hyssop looked like. I don't know. These are the bacopa, starting to come over the edge so pretty. I think it's time to cut this back. It's looking kind of dead and ugly. My cactuses are all done blooming. Here is another salvia that I need to cut back. So this is that pink one, pink profusion, I think, and some sort of purple over there. Lots of daisies looking pretty. This is more of that plant that I just showed you on the other end. It's my mystery plant, which the Plant ID app says is hyssop. So, I don't know. You can hear the wind. I feel a little bit of a sprinkle in the air. But if I look off this way, the skies are super blue. And all of the gray clouds have already moved past, kind of in that direction, moving east. So I'll have to check out the weather. I'm not really sure what's coming in, but The winds feel like they're definitely picking up. All right, well, this place is looking overgrown. It's not looking great. I'm trying to give myself some patience, I guess, in that I just don't have enough hours in the day, and with me not living here, I just can't keep everything looking good. Like, I'm doing my best to pull the weeds and stay on top of the overgrownness and stuff, but it's really overwhelming that every time I have a day off, I have pressure to either work more to make more money, or work on my work garden, or work on this garden, mow the lawns at both houses. You know, my husband mowed the lawn at the other house recently, and it's my own fault. I don't, you know, pressure him to do it, but it's because I know he doesn't really like doing it, and I don't mind doing it if I have the time. The problem is I don't have a lot of time. So he misses areas, let's just put it that way. There's patches that get missed and stuff, and I'm just pretty anal about my yard, so I prefer doing it myself. But I can't do everything, and sometimes you just have to take people's help when they offer it. So one more area of the garden we can look at before we go, which is over here, also looking very overgrown. I have a rose there, some pink Veronica, some of my lilies that are not getting enough sun. Oh, that's a giant pokeweed I gotta get out of there. Some boxwood, not looking bad at all. Another rose. That I think is an Ito peony, I believe. Some more iris. Another rose. Another peony. Another boxwood buried in grass. And there's a couple more roses back there. I need to get all this grass out of here before it smothers everything. Another rose there. Another boxwood. Another rose here. Oh, look, this clematis is choking it out. I'm gonna have to get that. But let me go ahead and do that off camera. So we'll just finish up right here, which is the lemon lace, not lemon lace, black lace elderberry. Oh my god, the vine's growing all through there too. I'm gonna have to pull that clematis out. This can't happen. Okay, well that's it for today, you guys. Like I said, I did a work video earlier that I'm gonna post with an explanation of what I'm dealing with over there, because I might be giving up on that garden. I don't want to. It's a memorial garden. It's supposed to be like this thing for my work, and to remember people that we've lost that we worked with, and also like helicopter crews that have gone down, and you know, just stuff like that. And unfortunately, I'm really struggling with the maintenance people that run this property. Yeah, I'll go into it on that video. So I'll talk to you guys soon. This is a cilantro blooming. Isn't that pretty? And see, I'm not even here to collect the cilantro, so I don't even care that it's bolted. Oh, and a carrot. This is the carrot plant that's blooming. Look how pretty those are going to be when they open up. Okay, I'm just stalling. I'll talk to you guys next time.